Welcome to Moto X Games Online here. This is where we talk about real life moto and motocross video games and sometimes Monster Jam video games. Anyway, today we're going to talk about real life moto, and more specifically we're going to be talking about this guy right here, Ken Roczen. There's some rumors going around the pits of the Supercross races and industry people that Ken Roczen could be going back to MXGP to finish out his motocross career, which that is very, very interesting. I could see him doing it. I could see him racing this year, Supercross, motocross, and then 2023 just going over to the MXGP series and finishing out his career, which is it's gonna be a big loss for the American motocross scene, because Ken Roczen has made such a huge impact on the sport of Supercross and motocross. We're all gonna miss him, but a lot of people, I feel like a lot of people do know this, but there's some people that might know this. Ken Roczen's career actually started in MXGP. If you don't know what MXGP is somehow, it is basically pro motocross, but overseas, and they go to a bunch of different countries. It's really cool. I very, very highly recommend you to go search it up on YouTube. They just had their first round over the weekend, which Tim Geiser won. Anyway, Ken Roczen, his career started out in MXGP. He did come over for some U.S. amateur nationals. Like, I think he did Loretta Lynn's, and he did something else. I don't remember. Maybe Ponca, or he did something else. I think he did Mammoth Motocross too one year. Anyway, he for sure came over and did Loretta Lynn's. But then he went back to the MXGP series for MX2, and I believe he became the youngest rider to ever win the MX2 class at 16 years old, in either 2009 or 2010, one of those 2 years. And 2011 he made his Supercross debut in the lights class, which is now the 250 class. He did really well that year. He was pretty much a podium contender the whole time in 2011. And then finally, Las Vegas 2011 was his first ever Supercross win, 250 win. That was back in those days when they had the West Main close out the championship, and then they had the East Main close out the championship, and then the East-West shootout back then was just some fun race where the champions can show off their number 1 plates. But yeah, he won the West Main in 2011, and 2012 he was scheduled to race West Coast. He kind of had a Jet Lawrence situation this year. Scheduled to race West Coast, got hurt, I believe a little bit before the season, and had to move to the East Coast. Battled Justin Barcia for the East Coast title. Kind of got annihilated in that, but Barcia was just on another level with that year. 2012 Outdoors, he was pretty steady. I believe he was on. I wasn't watching Outdoors back in these days, but I believe he was on his way to a moto win at High Point, and it got, like, he crashed or something. Then there's 2013. 2013. Actually, let me back up a little bit. 2010 Motocross Nations was at Thunder Valley that year, and that's when he got introduced to America and people started to like him. And then he came over to the Lights West series in Supercross in 2011. That's right. Anyway, back to our scheduled programming. 2013, Tomac dominated the first 3 rounds, I feel like, and then he won round 4 and took off from there. Tomac was able to get round 6 in San Diego, barely though. I was at that race. That was a good one. And Roczen actually missed the main event in Salt Lake City that year, and had to go to the LCQ, or He crashed in his heat race, I believe, had to go to the LCQ, and missed the main event there. I hope I'm still recording. Anyway, missed the main event. And yeah, and was able to rack up the championship, not without a little help from Martin Davalos in the last round, missing that rhythm section. He got around Davalos and won the championship in 2013. Came out 2014, rookie year in the 450 class. He was on Red Bull KTM, by the way, when this for the first few years of his career. Came out, won his first ever not his first ever 450 Supercross race, but his first Supercross race in his rookie year. Came out, won Anaheim 1. Then he got another win that year in Atlanta. Steady rookie year for Kenny. And then he came out and he was able to come out and win the outdoor championship, which I think was a big shock to everyone. And that was pretty cool to see. And 2015 was a little bit rough for Kenny here. He switched to the RCH team. Remember the RCH team? Kerry Hart and Ricky Carmichael started up that team. They got Ken Roczen, came out, won the opener, got second at round 2 in Phoenix, and then came out and won Anaheim 2, but didn't get a win all season. Or did he? No, I think that was it. And yeah, crashed, KSAT jump in Oakland, and then he hurt it. He did pretty good up until Atlanta 1, when he slammed into the wall there. I'm sure you all remember that. And yeah, outdoors he was struggling to bat. He missed a lot of the end of 2015 too, with some back injuries, and came out and won High Point that year in 2015. 2015 was also the year that Tomac Tomac, that was the year he was dominating, and he crashed at Thunder Valley. And then Roczen, I believe, ended up second that year, because obviously Thunder Valley was round 3 that year, and Tomac crashed at round 3, so Roczen was able to get second in that series. 2016 comes out horrible at Anaheim 1. No offense, but wasn't normal Ken Roczen. Gets a few wins that season. He won Glendale, he won Arlington, he won Toronto, and Foxborough and New Jersey, I believe, are the races he won that year. And then 2016 out, he finished second to Dungey that year, because Dungey pretty much won the rest. But him and Dungey had really good battles in 16 Supercross, and 2016 outdoors dominates. I mean, what else could you say? Him and Dungey had a little bit of battling, but not that much, because Dungey got hurt at the 3rd round in Thunder Valley, and Roczen just set sail from there. And probably the greatest Ken Roczen ride I've ever seen was Millville 2016 in the second moto. Oh man, that was big. Comes out pretty much dead last off the start, and within 2 laps he's in the lead. And I know 2016 wasn't very stacked, but still, to come from dead last to first in 2 laps is absolutely insane. Tomac couldn't even do that in 2017. So yeah, then Monster Cup 16 comes out, wins the outdoor championship, and then Monster Energy Cup 2016. This was his first ride on Honda. He just signed with Honda. Wins the first main pretty convincingly. Was winning the second main pretty convincingly, and stepped through the bars there in that wild crash. And you know what? I thought that was the worst crash he was going to have on Honda until we get to the third round in 17. And comes out in 2017 Supercross, first season on the Honda, the Big Red. Comes out, wins the first two, wins the first one convincingly. Second one, he had a battle for that one, Dungey. And then third race, gets a bad start, was coming through, getting ready to pass Cole Seeley, and that's when he had his big arm injury, right over the bars, compound fractured. I don't even know, like, I know what the injuries are, but I'm gonna be sitting here for like 5 minutes listing them off. So let's just say his arm almost got amputated because he had compartment syndrome, I believe is the word, and almost amputated his arm. And Daytona 2017 goes in the booth and says, I'm coming back, and missed all 2017 outdoors, so he didn't get to run the #1 plate, which was a bummer. And then 2018, he comes back and gets 4th at the first round, and boy was that impressive. Gets second, damn near wins Houston that year, second round. That's Houston's second round. Third round struggles because it was the year of the arm, the year anniversary of the arm. And then round 4, he got, I believe he got a podium that round, I don't remember. Round 5, damn near wins a race again at Oakland. And round 6, San Diego, pulls the dumbest move literally ever over some stupid things, and takes out Cooper Webb, takes out himself, gets his arm wrapped up in Cooper Webb's rear wheel. That's all she wrote for 2018 Supercross. And then comes out 2018 outdoors, wins him kind of, I'm not going to say he got it handed to him, but he, Tomac's bike broke at Redbud and gave Roczen the moto win. But still, you got to put yourself in these positions, and he did, and he capitalized on it and got his first moto win. Did he get an overall? I don't think he got it. No, he did not get an overall that year. 2019 Supercross, damn near wins a lot of races this year. Damn near wins Glendale, and hell, he damn near won Arlington. Like, literally, what was that, like 0.2028 seconds or something between him and Webb. That was the closest finish ever. And then damn near wins Nashville. Like, goes down, and like, that was harsh. But anyway, 2019, he finished 4th, or no, he finished 4th that year in points. 2019 outdoors, much better. Comes out, wins Hangtown, the overall, and then steady at Paula, wins Thunder Valley, and wins at Unadilla that year. And that was pretty much it for Ken Roczen 2019 outdoors, but stayed in the fight for longer than we all thought. And then 2020 comes out, Anaheim 1, struggles with bike setup, and then round 2 gets the bike figured out and gets his first win since the big arm injuries. I remember that night, that was really cool. Round 3, and he pretty much battled with Tomac till the end. Once we got to the Salt Lake City rounds, he kind of fell off. Did win a race at Salt Lake City 5, which was round 15, but kind of fell off. The altitude got to him, which I don't blame him. Altitude is pretty gnarly. And then 2020, he missed all of 2020 outdoors because he was going to rest up and come back for 2021 Supercross. And boy, did he come back for 2021 Supercross. Damn near wins the opener, gets screwed at round 2, gets screwed at round 3, and basically, other than the opener, got screwed at Houston, let's just say that, because of the Dean Wilson situation at round 3, and then the red cross flag incident at round 2. Then sweeps Indianapolis, which was so cool. My fantasy liked that one. My ARM fantasy liked that. And then I don't know what happened after Indianapolis, but he was not the same after Indianapolis because Cooper Webb caught him in points and passed him in points, and he did get a win at Atlanta too. But other than that, it's kind of a shell of himself, let's be real. And he really was a shell of himself at the beginning of this year and into this year, 2022. Comes out, wins the opening round, but I am totally convinced if Chase Sexton doesn't go down, Chase Sexton gets the win at Anaheim 1. And then, what else happened? Round 2 has that a couple of scary crashes, and hasn't looked the same since. I mean, I don't know what's going on, whether it's the bike, whether he just doesn't want to do it anymore. Rumor I heard was that he hurt his hand at Oakland in one of those crashes, which, you know what, I wouldn't blame him because those crashes were pretty gnarly. But whatever is going on, I'll leave that up to you guys in the comments of what could be happening here with Ken Roczen. But the rumor of him going to MXGP, I talked about it at the beginning of the video. I could see him doing it. I mean, he started his career there. He might as well end his career there. He's been through so much, like 2 arm injuries, compartment syndrome, sickness, shingle. He's been pretty much through it all, and I would hate for him to get hurt. And all I want for Kenny at this point is to end his career on his own terms, not because he gets another gnarly injury and has to call it quits. I think we all want him to end his career on his own terms. But yeah, I would love to. I know Kyroli's not racing no more, but I would love to see him go back to MXGP and battle it out with Geyser and Renault and Prada. I would love to see what he does in MXGP. Kind of like Villopoto. Once Villopoto ended his career here in America, he went over to MXGP for a season and crashed hard at Pietramarata that year, 2015. Yeah, I would like to see Roczen go over there and see what happens. Anyway, that's about gonna do it here for me. Thank you all so much for watching, and let me know what you think about Ken Roczen and what's going on, and the rumor about is he going to MXGP. Thank you all so much.